Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. This episode is produced for GoodCrowd.info, and I'm your host, Devin Thorpe. Our guest today is Dale Niveney-Pfeiffer from New Zealand, and she has got a tremendous new innovation for nonprofits for fundraising that allows them to raise money through social media in a radically easier way. This is really exciting. Dale, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be on.
So tell us, what is the big innovation of GoodWorld?
So, well, you know those little things called hashtags? We make it possible for you to write hashtag donate on a nonprofit's Facebook page or when you tweet at them on Twitter, and that actually works. The donation goes through. So it's possible to reach out through your networks. You know, right now it's very difficult for nonprofits to raise money off social media because there's so many steps. But what GoodWorld does is it reduces all the steps so you can just instantly make a donation.
This really is game-changing. It is a radical innovation. Our crowdfunding sites go back, as far as I can tell, to about 2002. Before the word existed, there were a few crowdfunding sites. But this really takes that whole process a leap forward by allowing you actually to make the donation right on the social media platform where you might discover a campaign.
That's right, Devin. When we first started creating this, what I realized was, a lot of charities were wanting to really target millennials. And to do that, they were doing a lot of fundraising online. And the way that they were handling that was setting up campaigns on external platforms and having to drive all their donors from the place where they connect with them the most, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, through to an external platform. And in fact, 25% of the donors to these campaigns was coming through social media. So, when I started really looking into the area, I thought, well, why drive people off social media if you can just make the donation directly on that platform? So that's what we went about doing, and we went about looking at a few ways of doing that. Of course, there's different things that are available, but I think the true innovation of hashtag donate is the way that people the way that people experience social media is that they go to their feeds and they look at their feeds. And so when something comes through in your feed, you can just simply see it, and if it inspires you and has a hashtag donate button on it, you can just write hashtag donate and then in there, and the donation goes through. You have to sign up with us once, but then after that you never have to leave Facebook, Twitter, and very soon Instagram to donate to charities again.
It really is just totally game-changing for the broader crowdfunding space. Tell us a little bit about how this works from the standpoint of a nonprofit, because there are nonprofit leaders now listening to this show, watching the show, and they're saying to themselves, holy cow, I have got to get me some of this. How do they do it?
So essentially what they do is they come to our site, which is GoodCrowd.info, and they sign up there. And essentially what we'll get in touch with them very soon. We've got very high demand right now, and we're rolling the product out. So, you get in touch. If you fill out the form of interest, then we'll get back to you as soon as we have availability. And then essentially what happens is we scan, the way that technology works is we scan your page looking for this hashtag donate technology. You don't necessarily have to get your supporters to sign up with us first. All you need to get them to do is to write hashtag donate in the comments section of a post, or retweet something that's got hashtag donate on Twitter, and then they get actually a notification back either on Facebook or Twitter with a link to where to sign up. And then again, once they sign up, they can keep coming back to your page every time they see one of your posts that you create. And there's some really great storytelling going on out there with social media, with nonprofits on social media. Every time they see one of your posts that kind of opens up their heart, they can just write #donate. When they feel that emotion from what they see.
Now, if I were to #donate on a participating nonprofit's post on Facebook, what would happen? Do I have to designate a dollar amount, or does all the money in my bank account just rush out?
What happens is that the first time when you sign up, if you put in a standard amount. So if you want to keep the amount that you're donating private, you can just write #donate. If you want to, but if you want to write a higher amount or a lower amount for some reason, maybe it's a raffle that a nonprofit is running and the tickets are $20, you write #donate $20, and that overrides what you have in the system. So it's fully within your control as to whether you want to be public or private, or if you want to, the amount is totally within your control. Our minimum donation is $10.
What is the experience of the participating nonprofits? You've got some nonprofits up and running. Tell us a little bit about what they're actually experiencing.
Well, their experience is, it's interesting because a lot of the experience of their supporters is one of kind of intrigue, like what is this incredible new tool, and it's like, and it's like one of the things that we're really encouraging our nonprofits to do is to really what we call gamify your feed. So you play, you start kind of, playing with your supporters, having raffles or, Facebook raffles on Facebook, or, calling people out, and, I bet you, Redskins fans are going to donate before Ravens fans, just things like that, like having a lot of fun and kind of making it sort of active, or just even like weaving it into your regular activity. Just like we're a couple of things that are really coming up down the pipe. We're doing one of our big events that we've got coming up is for a nonprofit called Becky's Fund, and they're a big domestic violence nonprofit, which is of course like a hot topic of the day. And so they're having a big fashion show at the Italian embassy, and there's going to be a lot of NFL players and models. NFL players are going to be acting as models, but then there's going to be other models as well. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, each of those celebrities pages as well as the nonprofits page is going to be live with #donate. Because of course it's not just, we give the ability for nonprofits to not just their social media assets live, but celebrities and other people's social media assets live with #donate, and the donations get fed through to them. So essentially, like last year Becky's Fund held this event, and they sold tickets and they had 300 people there, and it was a success. Essentially what we are doing with them this year is we're giving them the ability to be able to reach out not just to those 300 people who are at the event, but to all the networks of those 300 people who are at the event. So,
tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands.
Exactly, that's exactly right. So instead of like they've got I think 6 to 9 NFL players. They're going to have their pages live with #donate, and they're going to be reaching out to all of their fans. So that's like that's 1 million plus people. And then the whole idea is to get people, as in the Ice Bucket Challenge. The Ice Bucket Challenge was a very, very good example of the power of donating on social media. As in the Ice Bucket Challenge, people are going to be calling each other out. I'm at this event. I'm supporting Becky's Fund. I support, I want to see the eradication of domestic violence. I challenge 5 of my friends, and you call them out by tagging them to donate with me. So that's that, yeah.
Really hugely powerful technology. I imagine there's some educational process required here. People will be nervous about this new technology like they were originally nervous about putting your credit card online. It took a long time for people to get used to the idea that there could be some a reasonably secure process for a credit card. I imagine you're seeing some need for education around this. What are you seeing? How do you get people comfortable with this new technology?
Well, one thing that we're doing for the nonprofits is that we're standing up something called our social giving school. It's in the process right now, but essentially we are creating these case studies of successful events and how you do it. And they're going to be weekly emails that start coming out with just kind of like ideas about how you gamify your feed, how you would hold an event with using GoodWorld's technology, etc. On the donors side, what we're finding is that a lot of supporters have trusted relationships with the nonprofits they support. So the validation of the nonprofit of GoodWorld is really helping drive sign-ups. And, I think that there is going to be, of course, some kind of period of making people comfortable. We have the highest level of security rating you can get from any payment processor. And, we actually have some corporate relationships in the works that are not quite ready to be announced yet. But they are options that will help also, give us that, people see those names of those corporations on our site. And I think the other thing is that the sign-up process is just so clean and easy. It takes less than 60 seconds just to go through, and, we've spent a lot of time on our user flows. There's a science about, building trust in a process like that, and we're using the cutting edge of that research to make sure that people feel comfortable.
Well, great. How do people who want to be donors sign up, and how do they find the nonprofits that are participating?
Well, right now we're because we're in this early phase, we're working with only a select few nonprofits, so we're kind of we're rolling that out, but we're just going to start really blasting things on our social media streams. I think we just follow our Facebook and Twitter. That's where you're gonna find out about it. Our Facebook is just if you search for GoodWorld, you'll find us there, and Twitter is GoodWorld _ME.
Great. Now you've got a big event coming up in a few weeks in Washington, D.C. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we do. Next week on Tuesday, we have got a big event. Bill Thorpe, who's the chairman of the ASL Association, is ALS Association. My dyslexia gets the better of me sometimes. Is actually speaking at the event, and he's going to talk about the future of fundraising through social media and why GoodWorld is such a powerful tool for that. So we're very excited about that, and then we've got some experts. We're going to have some case studies of people who are already using GoodWorld. And really showing the power of GoodWorld through those use of those case studies. And then we're going to have a live session where some nonprofits are going to get up and pitch the work that they're doing. And we're going to have a room full of donors and people donating to them both on Facebook and Twitter. So, anybody that's listening that's really interested in GoodWorld, it'll be a very, very good forum to come and see the technology live at play, hear about how other people are using it, and yeah, we'd just love to have you along. It'll be
fantastic. Well, Dale, thank you very much.
You could come, Devin.
I wish I could. My wife will shoot me if I get on an airplane again anytime soon. I've got trips to
Well, the next.
Moscow, Mexico, and Ethiopia coming up in the next 6 weeks. So there's
Wow.
not room for another one, but I wish I could be there. But Dale, thank you very much for joining us today. We're just thrilled and excited. Please keep us posted on your progress and news, because I think you are remaking online giving in an exciting way. So thank you very much.
So much. Thank you very much for having me on.
All righty, let's do some good.
Let's